Now, away from the Stasi, the other thing we're here to talk about is this parking lot. This parking lot may not look like much, but it does have a very dark secret about it. You cannot see that secret because it is below the parking lot itself. Below this parking lot, to this day, is the site of Hitler's bunker. This is the exact location of the Führer's bunker. Same bunker in which Adolf Hitler committed suicide on the 30th of April, 1945. Now the bunker was a massive structure running that way across the parking lot, had an upper and a lower section. One was 10 meters below the ground, the other was 12 meters below the ground. Both sections had 4.5 meter thick walls and ceilings of reinforced concrete. The bunker was put into use by Adolf Hitler January of 1945. By January, Berlin is a mess. The Allies are constantly bombing this city. Besides, if we're going to make it through this war, we cannot spend any more time above ground. We need to put that bunker into use. January of 1945, Adolf Hitler and many of his Nazi comrades descend into this bunker. Hitler will spend the next 4 months of his life in that bunker, not seeing a lot of daylight. Throughout those 4 months, it is said that he started to go a bit mental, starts to lose his mind. Stress of the war is getting to him. Generals aren't following his orders. On top of this, he has a cracked out doctor giving him all sorts of medication that he does not need, such as eye drops full of cocaine. Now, I don't know exactly what that does for you, but I imagine that's probably not a good idea. In the bunker, he's losing it. Last time he was seen alive outside of this bunker happened to be on the 20th of April, 1945. The reason he came out on that day is that day was his 56th birthday. He said, you know what, it's my birthday, I want to have a birthday party, I don't want to do it underground, let's go upstairs. 20th of April, 1945, here in Berlin, in one of the bombed out buildings alongside the bunker, they have a birthday party. Little record player, little dinner, little dance, little birthday cake, happy birthday Adolf, nice little celebration. All's going well till the Allies start bombing the city once again. Says, all right, party's over, let's put the bunker back into use. Goes back into the bunker. Hitler will not see the light of day ever again. He will never leave that bunker alive, because the next few days Hitler realizes the war's coming to an end. He realizes the Soviets are going to get here, and when they do, if they find him alive, they're going to take him back to Moscow. They're going to show him off. They're going to parade him around the streets. He decides, you know what, that is not going to happen to me. Realizes the war is coming to an end. He decides he is going to die here in Berlin under the rule of the Third Reich. Now, Hitler decides to commit suicide by means of cyanide. Cyanide capsule. Nazis had them at the time. If you were captured, you pop a cyanide capsule in your mouth, you bite down, poison fills your bloodstream. Very easy process. Decides he's going to commit suicide by cyanide. All right? On top of this, he realizes that if he leaves his body lying around and the Soviets find his corpse, they're also going to take that back to Moscow. They're going to show it off. They're going to mummify it. They're going to keep it in a museum. They're going to keep it as some sort of war trophy. He says, you know what? That is not happening to me. What he instructs these soldiers in this bunker to do is once he is dead, they are to take his body outside of the bunker and they are to burn it to ashes. They're to burn the entire thing, make sure there is nothing remaining for those Soviets to take back to Moscow. Puts it all into effect by the 29th of April, 1945. Very next day, 30th of April, 1945, here in Berlin, in this very bunker, Adolf Hitler, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, goes into his private office quarters. No one is allowed in, no one is allowed out. While he is in there, he is going to take his own life. Soldiers left guarding that door. Around 3:30 in the afternoon, that soldier hears a gunshot ring from that office. Now, why exactly would one hear gunshot? Cyanide, capsule, pop it in your mouth, bite down, poison, you're good to go. What's the deal with the gunshot? We believe the reason there was a gunshot is, one, Hitler was a bit skeptical about if it was actually cyanide. On top of this, Hitler wanted to uphold his dignity and his pride. Now, a soldier who dies by way of the gun dies with their dignity and their pride. A coward dies by poison. You know what? Adolf Hitler, he says, I am no coward. Now, whatever way officially killed Adolf Hitler here in Berlin on the 30th of April, 1945 at 3:30 in the afternoon, Adolf Hitler put a cyanide capsule into his mouth, bit down on that capsule, also took a German Luger, put it to his temple, and shot himself in the head, effectively ending the life of the most dangerous man in human history. The Grand Führer is now dead here in Berlin. Now, the soldiers follow through with their orders. They go in, they remove the body, they wrap it in some cloth, they bring it outside of the bunker, they throw it into a nice little bomb crater that they find, throw some gasoline on it, and then throw a match on it and light it on fire. Now, a question I always like to ask the groups, anyone here ever had any experience with burning a corpse? Anyone? No? No one? No? Yeah, not something you do on the weekends with your friends. Sometimes on the tour I get people like, yes, oh, yes I have. By these people I've been informed it takes a very long time to burn a body. 9 to 10 hours in an open space, depending on how much gasoline one has. Now, in 1945, war's coming to an end. These soldiers asked to burn that body. They got about 1 canteen of gasoline. They don't got a lot of time because the Soviets are getting closer and closer and closer to this site every single moment. So if you can imagine You're some random German soldier, 1945. You come outside the bunker, you throw the body into a hole, douse it with as much gasoline as you have, you throw the match on it, you start waiting. What you more than likely do next is look at your watch and go, holy shit, this is taking forever. Hey man, do you know it's going to take this long? No man, I've never burnt a body before. What do you want to do? Well, I want to get the hell out of here because I don't want to die. All right man, but like he said ashes is not ashes yet. Are you freaking kidding me? He's dead. You think he's really going to know if this is ashes or not? Let's get the hell out of here. Good point, he's dead. Let's go. They cover it up, put the fire out, take off. Soviets get here. First question, where is Adolf Hitler? No one seems to know. Soldiers that buried that body are captured. They're brought back here. They dig it up. Show it to the Soviets saying, this is Adolf Hitler. Soviets say, yeah, we refuse to believe you. We need some more proof. Next few days, Hitler's dental records are tracked down. His dental secretary is officially the one to identify him. With that, Soviets go, all right, dental records prove it. This is Adolf Hitler. They immediately call up the Americans, French, British, say, hey, we've got him. He's dead here in Berlin. Come take a look. Next few days, Soviets call them back, and they retract that statement saying, you know what? It wasn't Adolf Hitler. Turns out we never found him. We don't know what happened to him. We don't know where he is. We got here. He wasn't around. A lot of planes were leaving the city in the last few days. Most important of all, we think Adolf Hitler escaped. We think he is still out there somewhere in the world. Now, the reason they lied is that making it seem as if Adolf Hitler is still out there. That gives them the pretext they need to occupy the city and this country. Because if Hitler's still out there, we need to be here to make sure he never, ever comes back. On top of this, Soviets then go on to spread a lot of Hitler sightings around the globe to try to prove their theory. Some of them come from countries like Argentina. Like, oh man, I was in Argentina this weekend, and I saw Hitler at an orphanage taking care of children. You know, trying to make up for all the bad stuff he did, pushing the kids on the swing, on the slide, throwing them in the air, giving out lollies. Just, you know, having a real nice guy. Now, keeping in mind, this was set in like 1970. He'd be getting pretty old at this particular point. Last and favorite one was in 1990. Someone in 1990 put it into a magazine that they had seen Hitler in Cuba. Yeah, I'm on the beach, like, you know, playing beach volleyball with a few friends. I look over, and there's Adolf Hitler sitting in a lawn chair, sipping a mojito with Tupac. Hitler and Tupac just like hanging out, having a good time, relaxing, chilling out. Seem to get on quite well. Keeping in mind Hitler's like 110 around this point in history, hanging out on the beach. Yeah, I don't think so. Now, that was in 1990, and the reason that one's so strange is that in 1971, the Soviet Union officially came out and said, hey, joke's on you, Allies. We've had it the whole time. Pretty funny, huh? You know, we've just been hiding it. Now, Allies don't find it too funny, but they do ask, what do you do with that body? You bury Adolf Hitler's body anywhere where neo-Nazis can find that burial site, they're going to find that site and they're going to turn it into a memorial. To avert all of this, what they officially did with Hitler's remains in 1971 is they burnt them to ashes, took those ashes, and then dumped them in the Elbe River. That way Hitler has no final resting place, no burial site, no tombstone, no memorial, no location for his neo-Nazis to come pay homage. With that being said and done, Germans are still very afraid of this. Afraid of the bunker. Afraid that this site may become a neo-Nazi location instead. So it was not until 2006 that Germany finally decided to label this parking lot. They labeled it with a very neutral information sign. That sign shows you what the bunker looked like when it was fully intact, what the bunker would look like if you could see it today. Unfortunately, there is nothing to see here except for this parking lot and that sign. The bunker has been sealed off. After 3 different attempts, East German government was able to blow most of the upper section in, then filled it in with sand, rubble, swamp, and sewage. And that's what you would find if you were to open up this parking lot. But like I said, I don't think anyone will ever see that bunker again. Now, the last thing I must point out is this here, this bunker site. If this is Hitler's resting place, if that's the way you want to look at it, this is his memorial site, his tombstone. If that's the case, then the other Germans here in Berlin today have a very fascinating way of remembering Adolf Hitler. Because every day, every year, thousands and thousands of Germans take their dogs for a walk. And do you know where they walk their dogs? To this parking lot. Can you guess what the dog does when it's here? That's right, my friends. No, it takes a shit. It takes a shit. So Hitler's final tombstone is a dog shit-strewn parking lot right here in the middle of the city. Quite an appropriate way to remember Adolf Hitler, don't you think? Now that was not a joke. We are not going to walk anywhere inside of this parking lot. Follow me this way. In just a moment, I would like you all to take a quick glance at this photograph here on the ground. This photograph bears very great significance, not only to where we are now standing, but also to this building that now lies before you. I would like you to take a close look at this. Take a look at these people's faces, at their expression, see how their arms are locked. Once you have looked at this, meet me over in the corner of this building. I'll tell you exactly what this is, why it is here today, and a little bit more about the structure in front of you. So just quick look at that.